Hello, are we live now? Are we live now? Are we live now? Let's see, what is... Yeah, YouTube says that we are live. And our health is good, alright. Had some issues there with... Hey, Matty boy! Did you, What are you guys seeing? Oh, you're looking at my face. Alright, cool. I hate that my fucking camera is like lagging. Let's see if I can fix it. Stupid camera. Stupid camera. Yeah, it's lagging. Camera. I think that's better. Yeah, that's better. Or this. No, that sucks. That's better. Way better. Let me know if you can kind of see me saying stuff. Yeah, it's better. Okay, hello guys, hello everyone. Who's here? Matty boy. Hey, Matty boy, are you enjoying your subscription or pro side? I sent you an email, so you should have it. Node Nest, hello. The guys that were already here, Pat, Hinder, and MES. What's up, guys? Jeffrey Aquino, what's up, dude? What's up, man? What's up? Hey, Grant, what's up, man? My man, Grant. Felipe Pesantes. Hey, Felipe, what's up? Jason Lean. What's up, Jason? Yeah, we're doing the fusion stuff. It's gonna be cool. Hey, Adrian, what's up? David. Hello, everyone. So, yeah, we're gonna talk about fusion today. It's gonna be cool. Fusion, it's really cool. I love it. I'm gonna show you some cool things about it because a lot of people don't know about fusion, and it's sad. It's sad that some people don't know about fusion. Let me see. I have some notes for today, so I'm kind of prepared and all that stuff. Look at me, all professional webcasters and stuff. Alright, so I have an announcement to make. Hey, Sean. Yeah, Fusion, it's amazing. Fusion is so cool. First of all, I have an announcement, guys, and the announcement is that my man CT Jones, or Charles Jones, it's now an editor for Mix Training. We have been talking about stuff, and he's now part of Mix Training. He's gonna be editing our videos, and it's amazing. It's great. He's an amazing editor, and I couldn't ask for a better editor. He's amazing. So yeah, that is happening. Cool. Mix Training is growing. It's growing a lot, and we have another person joining Mix Training today as well, which is gonna be on the administrative side and all the money side, administration, production stuff. Hey, I see CT Jones. There it is. Hey, man, what's up? I was just telling everyone about you joining Mix Training. Cool. Alright, so that's one thing. So Mix Training is growing a lot, and you are going to see a lot of changes in the following weeks. So stay tuned. It's gonna be really amazing. The other thing is, in announcements, one thing that I really liked is the algorithmic release, the substance automation toolkit, they are calling it, something like that. Let me show you now my screen, because my face is not that attractive, I guess. Or is it? Now let's go here, and there it is. This the substance automation toolkit. I didn't change the topic for today. I suck. 34 Blackmagic Fusion and Fusion. I can't freaking type. There we go. The topic is updated. Cool. So, yeah, that is actually something that is really cool because now you can automate your pipeline, your texturing pipeline with Python, which is pretty amazing. There have some examples there about what you can automate and stuff, which is pretty cool. And it just, if you already have Substance Designer, you already have a license for that, which is pretty cool. Or if you have a subscription, their subscription, it's amazing. So if you have that, you already have this thing. You can automate your pipeline using Python, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna do something with this and Houdini, of course. Let's do something with that. I'm gonna do something with this automation toolkit. It's gonna be really nice, and this will open the doors for a lot of studios taking Substance and using it more. So I guess that's gonna be it, unless there are any questions before we start. But if not, I'm just gonna start with Fusion because I want to show you guys all about it. I'm gonna open a new Fusion here. So here we go. I think I told you guys, yeah, last week I told you guys about they releasing this during SIGGRAPH, which was really cool. They have VR stuff. They have amazing tools on the software. Some of the things that I'm really some of the tools that I really want to try is the camera tracker and the planar tracking. The Delta Keyer is gonna be really cool as well, I think. And yeah, there's a lot of new things. The new formats are pretty cool as well, because you can now import and export ProRes from Windows, Mac, and Linux. Well, you could always do it in Mac, but now you can do it in Windows and Linux, which is pretty cool. A lot of clients want ProRes or send you ProRes stuff, which is pretty amazing. So yeah, there's a lot of great stuff in Fusion 9. So we're gonna see Fusion free today because I'm still waiting for my license to get here. I'm getting my license. Sorry, but the distributors here in Mexico are taking their time with licenses and stuff. So it's gonna take like 2 or 3 weeks to get my license, but I'll get it, and then I'm gonna be showing you guys more on this. Also, the pixel compositing is now in Fusion, which is pretty cool. No, it's not. Doesn't do object tracking. It's just camera tracking. But you also have scripting with Python in Fusion, which is pretty cool. I really like Python, as you guys know. And with the studio license, you get unlimited just rendering nodes. You don't have to buy anything else. You can connect it with Resolve, which is something that I use a lot as well. And it's $2.99. The full version is $2.99, which is just mind blowing. That Fusion is just $2.99 for the studio version, which is pretty damn cool. So let's see something about Fusion. Let me fit this guy in the view. There we go. I think everything is on side, and it's pretty big. Something that I don't like right now is that I think I'm gonna make this smaller. Yeah. The interface, it's just like in my 4K monitor, it's either too big or too small. So like there's only 2 options, like 100% or 200%, and 100% it's too small, but that's how I've been using it. So let me see if you guys can see it in because that's too big. All right, so let me know, guys, if you can see this, if you can see these icons right here. There's BG and stuff, because as you can see, the other one was too big. Now this is a little bit too small. So yeah, I've reported that. Hopefully they do something about it, because it's a huge issue with high density monitors. Hopefully they fix that soon. So alright, Fusion, it's a compositor, and I have my own layout here, but the default layout is just what is it? So one of these ones, I don't know. They should name it default layout, or let me just reset the layout maybe. Reset layout. Yeah, this is the default layout they have, and it's pretty simple. You have two viewers at the top, like view 1, view 2, and then you have your node graph here at the bottom and your timeline, and you place nodes. These guys are nodes, like this little text here are nodes. If you drag one, like the LD is a loader, you drag it here, you create a node. Just like if you guys have used Nuke, it's telling me to load something. So you can see create a node, or you can right click here and add a tool, and you can create a tool from here or from the list here. It doesn't have like tab like Houdini, sadly, but it has control space and brings this tool, and then you can kind of use it like Houdini. Like let's say let's create a blur node, blur, and then just press enter and creates the blur node there. So Fusion, it's a lot of based a lot of on dragging. You can see if I drag this here to this view, I can see that. If I drag it to the other view, I can see that as well. If I this little red square there is the output. So if I connect this to the other node, now I can see here the blur version here. See, this is the blur version, and this is the original version. And there's two dots here at the bottom for the viewer, or you can just select the node and press 1 and toggles the view. You can see the little dot here is toggling, or 2, and you can send it to that. So 1 and 2 will send it to one of the two viewports, the two views. Generally I don't like to work like this. I like more space for my nodes, but we're gonna do it for like this for now. So, and you can just the controls here are simple stuff. You can fit the view, and there's some masking options here, and some comparing stuff, and then 3D stereoscopic stuff, the channels you want to view, the lots if you're gonna load a lots for your image, region of interest, domain of definition if you just want to set an area for rendering or something like that. If you want to lock the view so it just stays there. Who else is here? Simon. Hey, Simon. Yes, it does have 3D tracking built in. Yes, camera tracking, not object tracking, but camera tracking. Alright, so, and when you click a node, there's the properties pane here. So all of you guys have used Houdini, so basically it's the same. You click a node, you see the parameters here. Fusion has a lot of amazing things hidden, like this S1, S2, S3 toggles here, or they're kind of like presets. You can store like presets here, different looks. Like let's say I want this this version to be very blurry, and let's say let's go to S2 and I want this to be even more blurry, and S3 is gonna have just a little bit of blur, and then you can just have like 3 versions here, like, oh, this has this amount of blur, this amount of blur, and this amount of blur. So it's pretty cool when you have like a color corrector, like you can correct an image and say, maybe show it to someone, like, do you like this or this or this, and you have all that stuff in one node. Like you can just switch between basically like different versions of the node, which is pretty cool. I really like that in Fusion as well, and not most people use this thing, and it's pretty useful. I know I need to use it more actually. So yeah, Fusion, it's creating the nodes again. It's just control space for this menu, or they have this bin which is here, or just press Control B and it brings this bin, they call it, or just click here. There's bin, and here there's a lot of examples here. If you go here to the templates, you can see there's some examples here, some creators, some how-tos. Let's see, there's lens flares. You don't need a plugin for this, you already have some lens flares here included. Let me fix this. They look amazing. You have looks, like some looks for you can apply to your images, some motion graphics examples, some particles examples. Yeah, you can do particles in Fusion and they are great. Let's see this one. You can see I can just drag them. You can see a lot in Fusion, it's just a lot of dragging. That's kind of the philosophy here. Like I can see this here, it's really small for some reason. You can see there's some steam there, and it's just completely generated in Fusion with particles and sprite. The other example I brought here is the this thing, which is, let it load. It's a little bit heavier. This is definitely heavier. Oh, we are calculating all these frames. Yeah, sorry for that. Let it calculate because it's gonna be done in any second. Is it gonna be done? Let's go to frame 1. Alright, so frame 1, you can see this, there's kind of a ring there, and if we hit play, you can see this is actually like an engine here, simulated completely in Fusion with particles and all that stuff. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool that some compositor can do this thing. It's pretty amazing. And I actually don't see you guys are commenting in the chat. They're talking about Nuke, of course, because Nuke is the popular compositor. But I actually don't see Nuke as a compositor thing. I think that Fusion, it's more like a creative tool. You can actually create stuff and do all sorts of stuff with it. It's not just like a compositor. It allows you to be more creative. I actually see it more like Flame. If you guys know Flame, out of this Flame, it lets you be more creative on a lot of stuff, and you can even create geometry there, do crazy particles effects, and people are really creative in Flame. And I actually see Fusion more like Flame. So yeah, I really like Fusion for that. Yeah, Nuke it's a little bit more expensive, but it's a lot of studios use it just because I don't know, it's popular, I guess. Oh, well, it has some good stuff, of course, some cool things. So there's a bunch of examples there in the bean. You can bring the bean back, even some bubbles, which is pretty cool. Matrix effects. There's a bunch of shaders, and the shaders look really nice. You can see there's carbon fiber here and cars. Text, of course, you can do a lot of stuff with text, and some other tools here for giving chromatic aberration or something like that. Shake. This is the, let me see which, you can switch layout here, so let me switch to the one view layout. So this one is, I forgot which one this, oh, the bubbles. You can see if you just want to do bubbles and you don't want to do them in Houdini, or you don't know Houdini, you can just do it here and it's ready to compose, to comp here in your footage and stuff. Maybe there's, there you go, you can see bubbles there. So yeah, the particle system in Fusion, it's pretty cool. See, that's pretty nice bubbles there, and those bubbles are actually let's zoom in. You can see these are not actually, these are not just images, they're actually 3D spheres. You can see, let's go to the 3D part of this. So let's just find these spheres somewhere. There you go, there they are. Here you can see this is actually 3D geometry in 3D space, and they have shader, and they have a shader that are, it's refracting and all that stuff. So you can see there's a sphere map for that shader, and they are reflecting this thing, I guess. Yeah. So it's actually 3D geometry here being emitted in a particle system. So it's pretty cool, pretty cool. Now Fusion is not $3,000. It's $299. Oh, it's worth 2,000. Yeah, it's worth more than that. It is amazing for CG work. It is amazing for CG work. A lot of people use it for CG work. Alright, so let's keep exploring the examples. We have a few more here. Let's see what we have here. Oh, this is just a shader, but well, it's not just a shader, it's a freaking shader. So you could say this is actually a shader, and it's a carbon shader. What is it? Carbon fiber, sorry. And you can see how the shader works here. Looks pretty nice to me. There's another one here, car paint. So you can actually shade your objects here in Houdini, in Nuke here, in Fusion. Oh man, you guys are confusing me. A Fusion's 3D space is actually 3D space, so which is pretty cool. So it is actually a 3D space, and it has shaders, and you can import Alembics, you can import FBX, you can import all that stuff. So let's see what else we have here. Here also in the bin there's all the tools, and there are all the categories here if you want to explore them like this. By icon you can see the blurs, the color, all the 3D tools are here. You can create shapes here as well. You can create 3D text, which is something that not every compositor does. So you can just drop this 3D text node and say mix Where are you? Here. So you can just do that text and then just extrude it. Click the light shading here. You can see we have 3D text already. We can bevel it. So it's pretty cool. You can see there's beveling now in our edges there. Give it more subdivision so you can actually control the bevel. Was it here? Yeah, you can control the bevel. Like if you want it to be rounded, you can just make it rounder. And if you want to, I don't think I have enough subdivisions there. No, it's cool. If you want to just animate that, you can animate it really quickly, like writing Frank. If you have a huge text, like that, you can see you can just make titles or whatever you need with this really quickly and do the classic write on and off thingy. There's a bunch of things you can do. You can, even if you just right click here, there's some other things you can do. Text scrambler is fun. You can just do, that's kind of a macro thingy. So if that didn't happen, is it? I think it didn't happen, but let's see the modifier. Text scrambler. Oh, I don't have any randomness. There we go. You can see it kind of what it does. When you play, it just kind of scrambles the text. But you can animate that. Let's say that I want to animate this to there. Let's put it to 0 so it shows us your text, and then add another key here, and now you can just play that and it's gonna kind of scramble that and show mixed raining. There we go. We just did something in some amazing text in 3D space, scrambling, writing like that. So yeah, Fusion, it's pretty amazing, dude. Very amazing. Yeah, it does handle EXR files. Yes, it does. It does deep compositing as well. Yes, you can export ProRes from Fusion under Linux and Windows with the Studio version. You can export ProRes. Yes, that's a huge thing. So yes, you can export that thing and import and export. All right, so let's see what else can we see here. There is a. Do you guys have any questions about this? All this text here is just like shortcuts or favorites for nodes. I think you can even use put more nodes there if you want to. Like, let's say I want to have the blender. Let me see if I can drag this, because I think you used to be able to do that. Now you have to right click it and you show what tools you want there in the top there. If I want the 3D text, it's not there, right? 3D shaded camera, spotlight. Let's say I want the 3D text to be there. I just select it here. It's not here. 3D text, and you can add that to the damn it, I forgot. There we go. Just double click it and it goes there. Then you can just move it anywhere you want. You have 3D text there, and you can just put whatever your common tools that you like or something like that. It's just like shortcuts, and then you click it and just gives you this is something that I really like about Fusion, that let's say I have a background which is basically just a solid. and then I'm gonna put some text on top of that, but I have this selected. It just gives me, whoa, it didn't, gives me, come on, let's say I put the text this, you can see it gives me a merge already. So I just see the merge, and just put my text, and it's ready for that. Yep, it does come with ProRes, but the free version, which is what I'm using right now, doesn't have ProRes. So it has, let's go to, and I'm on Linux right now, so we have DNX and just DNX for and uncompressed for QuickTime, which is also very useful. But once I have the studio version, you should have ProRes here as well. ProRes, it's and if you already have Fusion 7 or 8, I think it's just free for you guys. If any one of you has it, it's just you download the new version and you're good. All right, so let's see. There is just, if you guys use Nuke before, it's very simple to understand how a merge works and all that stuff. But if you haven't, let's say we have a background. Let's say I want let's say a color background or a white background, or let's say a blue background, and then I want to put some text on top of it. The merge has some inputs. In this case, you can see if I mouse over this or leave my mouse there, it says this is the background, and the green one is the foreground. So the orangey kind of brownish input is the background, this is the input, and this one is the output, and this purple one, kind of purplish one, it's masking. So if you want to mask something, you can see this guy has a mask, this guy has a mask. So if you want to just put something on top of it, you just use a merge, and then you have options for this. If you want to maybe blend it, not being just basic opacity here, or the alpha gain and all the stuff, you have different modes, like any compositor, and you have even size controls if you want to make that text bigger or rotate it, something like that. If you want to mask something, let's say that I have this, but I want to make another BG, not do it there, put it over here. I want to put another background here, but let's make this another color, kind of like that, salmon. So I don't want it to be all on top. I want to make it like, let's say, a circle. So you have masking tools here. There's all sorts of masking tools, like a bitmap. You can paint your mask. You can make a rectangle or a circle. See, if you just select your tool and press this, you have now a mask there. You can see the mask is another node and it's connected to the mask input. And now you can just move this node, soften the edges, make the border wider, move it around. You can see there's, now I have a circle there. Now if you want this guy to be on top of the text, or I mean on the beneath the text should be on top. You need to change the order of the merges here. So since we're merging this text and then we added this on top, this is the background input for this. So what we can do is just grab these two nodes. Let's grab these two nodes. Just if you press shift and drag, you can extract the nodes, and then you just plug this there. View this. Now we have the text on top. So shift any node, if you press shift and drag it, you want to extract that. Let's say that let's put a blur here so we can see something. This is something that I wish I had in Houdini. Like if I want to blur this, which is already blurred, but let's add more blur to this. It's blurring a little bit. shift drag it out, and then leave shift pressed, and then drag here, and you can insert the node there. You can see now I'm blurring the text. Yeah, just shift, and I wanted my blur over here. There we go, it is there. Oh no, I wanted my blur over here, and then just give it blur to everyone at the end. It's pretty cool to reorganize your nodes, put it wherever you need. Yeah, it's pretty nice. There's also like this elbows, they call it. If you press Control, no, if you press Alt and click on the noodle or the pipes there, you can create these guys to organize your flow. They call it flow. In Nuke, they are called scripts. In Fusion, this is called a flow. So pretty cool. You can even have more connections from here, plug it to other places like that. So it's like the dot node that we have now in Houdini that I've been asking forever to get. All right. Is there a way to pre-comp a few nodes to apply a mask over the comp? I don't know. If you want to pre-comp, you don't have to pre-comp anything. There's no such thing like a pre-comp. If you just, let's say, you want to apply a mask over some stuff. So let's remove this blur. If I have, let's say, I want to apply a mask to these two guys, what you would consider like a pre-comp will be something like, let me just merge these guys before. Let me delete these nodes. They're just crazy connections. Let's say this, instead of plugging these guys there, and then I'm gonna plug this here. Nope, no, want to plug it in the mask. I want to plug it in there. So basically I have the same result, but if I want to apply something to these two nodes, then I can just mask this merge. And let's apply a huge thingy here. Oh no, that's the wrong way to do it, because it's just gonna apply the mask to the for the foreground object here. But you can't damn it, I'm forgetting this stuff. You could, well, there's ways to, I could apply this mask as well to this other guy and it will apply it there. It's kind of like Nuke. But and the mask applies to the foreground just as it does in Nuke. What I could do is, there's another node, you always forget the name of it. Let's see, where is this thingy? Mask. No, it's not here. Damn it. Forgetting name nodes. Damn it. I was thinking that I was gonna be able to do this and just apply a mask and it will apply to both, but it's not doing that, which is weird. But we should be able, there's another freaking node that I'm forgetting about. We can do whatever here. Could put any other node here, say a transform, whatever. And then mask this one. Still not working. Oh, what am I looking at? Let's see, what am I freaking doing? Yeah, I'm masking the transform. I'm making stupid thing. Merge the merge. I could do another merge and mask it here. yeah, I'm kind of, I don't know, I'm lost right now. I don't know why, but there is a way to do this. Maybe let's try if we group them. We can group them and then mask them. Still not working. Oh, the group doesn't have a mask input. There, I know there is a node, but just forgetting the name of it. Mat control. Mat control is not doing what I want. Ah, come on. Yeah, I'm lost. Let me remove this group, ungroup this. I don't know why I... Yeah, I'm missing something. Sorry guys, I'm missing something here. But it should... there is a way, of course, to just merge some nodes and then you can just mask them together. I'm just missing something here. Well, that's what I was thinking, that mat control will do that. And let's see, this is the solid mat, this is the garbage mat. Maybe I need to do it in the garbage mat. Yeah, that was what I was putting in the garbage mat. Yeah, sorry. There you go. Sorry. So there's how you can kind of pre-compose two layers and then you just add a mask to them. Sorry, and thank you, Mac Lowest. Thank you. Of course, there's many ways to do stuff, so that's kind of how you can kind of pre-compose something and clip it and stuff. So, but there's a lot of fun stuff you can do here, and let's open an example scene that it's on their website. Alright, so Cyril says that also with mat control you can do that. Also, one thing that I love is that you have tabs for your projects, like the other projects it's here already. Let's say clear. Clear like that. Now that's not working. On the garbage mat it works. Anyway, let's go to the other one. So this, you can see this is a huge project and there has a lot of things, but the amazing thing here is, let's go to all the way to the end here, and this is a spaceship. I was rendering this just a few minutes before this, and I didn't finish, but I render like 50% of this, and this is what that comp is doing. So this is a 3D object. You can see. Let's see this first, and then we can talk about this thingy. So this ship, the smoke and all that stuff, it's done in Fusion. The ship is a 3D object. You can see all of this stuff. It's rendered with Fusion and it's done in Fusion and all that stuff. So you can see the project files. The only thing that the sources are, it's an OBJ. The ship is an OBJ, then some textures for it, and then here you can see there's a bunch of stuff that happens. So here you can see it's creating the background sky, Let's see how it looks. You can see that's the background is creating, but it's in 3D space. We can go here, and here should be this. Oh, there's the path for the camera. You can see the camera, how it moves here. Oh, there we go. There's the sky there. It's over here, but we can see that this is being built on top. I mean, on Nuke, on Fusion. Sorry, you guys are confusing me. So the camera, it's made here. The shape it's built here. Just the there's some controls to shape this like that, and then it goes to these areas. It's the ground. Let's see how this thing it's totally built here. It's not geometry from outside, so you can see it's built here with these nodes. There's some shape here that it just has some textures there, and then you displace that because this is actual geometry, and you can displace it, and that's they're creating a ground here. Then you can just light it, because you can also have lights. You can see there's a light here, there's a light here. There it's ambient occlusion here that it's doing for the terrain there. So a lot of stuff happening here. You can see that's the final terrain. Then there's some particles here that it's actually creating the clouds. You can see the clouds are being created here as well. Yeah, Fusion, it's more like I was saying, Fusion is more than just a compositor like Nuke. You can be creative here and have a lot of stuff being done. You can see we're creating the clouds here being created here in the software. They are being created, and here's the model of the ship. See, here's the chip. It's a 3D object like any other 3D application with textures. The textures are here. You can see there's the textures, and they're being fed into this shader, and then the shader is just put there. There's some other objects here, some transforms for rotation and all that stuff. It's being animated here. Let's see what that object is. It's somewhere else, because there it is. So you can see this thing is being animated here. It's moved. It's faking the movement, because I think the camera is what's moving here, but you can see the object, it's being animated here. All that animation, it's not baked, it's being done here. So you can do that completely in Fusion. As I say, this is a really creative tool. And then you just render that image, that 3D scene. You can just render it, and then here there's some other area they're creating here, the jet exhaust. So let's see that with some more particles here. You can see there some more particles for the exhaust of the chip. Pretty cool. And you can mask them by the geometry. I think that's what they're doing here. You can see it's being cut. You can actually mask the particles by the geometry, which is pretty cool for compositors. Like, instead of guessing or even using depth compositing, you can have the freaking geometry and just composite on top of it. It's freaking amazing. Freaking amazing. And you can see there's the composite image so far. The wing, what is this? Wing tips. This is like, I think, some lights on the wings, or what is it? Let's see. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff you can do in Fusion. This is some geometry. Yes, it's. I think it's some lights. No, it's like other set of smoke there emitting from the wings. They're blurred a lot, then just merge it on top. And then some lens flares, and then some effects, some compositing stuff. But yeah, you can see all this stuff. There you go. That's those streaks of vapor, of condensation. There is what they were making there. But you can see this is a full thing created completely in Fusion. It's not just compositing. It's totally creative stuff. Yeah, Simon, that will be freaking amazing if they put Redshift into this thing. I'm gonna talk to the Redshift guys actually. This project, it's on their site, guys. If you want to check it out, just go to Blackmagic. Let me reset this. It's here. This project, go check it out, because just seeing all this with this demonstration project file, download it, take a look, and it's freaking amazing all the stuff you can do here. As I said, this is more like Flame instead of Nuke. I really think this goes more into the side of Flame instead of OFX. Yes, it does support OFX, but I think Resolve supports OFX. Let me see if Fusion supports OFX. I thought it does. Let me just confirm that it does. Should be here. OFX. Maybe it doesn't. Fusion OFX plugins. I thought it did. It's because it's OpenFX. Yeah, there you go. Third party OpenFX plugin support. Yes, it is there, but you need the studio version for that. I think. Yes, you need studio version for that, but those support OFX. Yes. Yeah, I'm trying to get my studio version, and just like, man, it's been hard to get a hold on it. Then here's this camera shake, transformation to hide the edges, defocusing, letterboxing, and color correction, and then you save it. So that's how that thing is built. And again, we can see this. You can see there's the shader has specularity and all that stuff, and all that stuff is built on on Fusion. Oh man! So the clouds, the ground, the animation is built here. There's some even heat distortion here in the back. Some particles for the wings and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. So all that stuff, it's built here. And I was watching a tutorial actually. Let me show you that one. Soft body fusion. Damn it. Now. Oh. Okay. No, I know. And it uses OpenCL in this version. They're using a lot of the graphics card, which is something that I really like. I've been getting a lot into graphics card stuff. Let me find that thing. Let me just play this for you guys while we wait. There is come on, can't find this thing. but it's worth it. Let me soft body. Hold on. Give me a second, guys. Gotcha, Brian. There we go. So this.
Hello. Today I'd like to talk to you about a technique.
So this, just see the title. This is soft-skinned thing. I was watching this yesterday, and I was like, "What? Can you really do that now?" So let's just see what this guy is doing here. So those fangs, he's actually deforming that stuff in Fusion. I can't make this bigger, but oh, I know. Look, you can see that. You can see this is the setup he has, and look at that. He has like soft skinning here in Fusion. It's like, what? You can't do this here in Fusion. You can see it's even showing the wireframe, so you can see that it's actually deforming. So they did that stuff for the show they're working on. Junk Wolf is it called or something? I don't remember exactly. But yeah, check Brian's website. Let me show you the website. Check Brian's website. It's brianray.name. He has a lot of Fusion stuff, and he's a freaking legend in Fusion. He's amazing. And you can see there's some OpenCL stuff, OpenCL views that you can create. Some tutorials integrating geometry in there's a lot of stuff here in this blog from Brian. If you just see some of his stuff, it's amazing the stuff he's doing. So, alright, so that's it for Fusion. I think, do you guys have any questions? I guess there's gonna be a bunch of questions from this, but that was just an introduction to this to kind of get you excited about this. I know I love Fusion. Fusion is so cool. There's so much cool stuff you can do with Fusion. And one of the cool things is that not many people use it, and I find that it's actually cool because you can kind of be innovative and use it in different ways. And when a lot of people use it, you kind of get into this line of using stuff, and you kind of try to fit into something. But when you have something that is like not that explored or not that known, you create a lot of stuff. So really, I hope you guys are liking what Blackmagic is doing, because everything that the Fusion does for $2.99 is just madness. It's madness. Simon, yeah, multi-layer XRs will be cool. It's not super slick multi-layering in Fusion, but there's some ways to work. But yeah, we can do something for that. So alright guys, any questions before we wrap it for today? Please, if you have any questions, please ask them now. This is your time to ask any questions. And again, I'm not paid by Blackmagic, but just $2.99 is insane. I was already gonna buy it at $9.99 was, but now it's $2.99. I already have Resolve, I already have Resolve Studio, and now I'm gonna buy Fusion Studio, which is it's gonna complete my pipeline completely. I'm really looking forward to seeing how much we can do with the camera tracking. Maybe exporting that to Houdini, doing some stuff and bringing stuff back into the compositor, have exactly the same camera and integrate stuff. I want to do kind of a workflow thing between those two applications, using the camera tracker. But yeah, I'm gonna have to wait for that. So no questions, right? Okay. Well, thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate you guys being here. Last week we gave away some Pearl size stuff. If you guys were here, Mighty Boy was it? Won, but I also gave Orlando another subscription that I managed to get. So both of them won last week. So if I get more, I've been talking to Side Effects about shirts. So if I get my hands on some shirts, I will get them to you guys somehow. But alright, that's it, guys. I hope you're enjoying Fusion, or you enjoy Fusion. It's an amazing compositor, but more than that, it's just a really amazing creative tool. You can use it as a creative tool. I use it a lot for that. I use Fusion to create a lot of stuff. So that's it then, guys. I'll see you guys next week, and let's keep learning together, right? Alright, guys, cheers, and the search for that button continues. It's here. Later.